We've all come now closer to the stage.
Seeing the beautiful.
Let me tell you, me and her had a moment, bro. Hata mcheka, mimi niko serious.
Cut the tape. Cut the tape, bro.
Just because you're in the streets doesn't mean you're a bad person. Just means that you're in the streets. Bomba class. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, bana. You know we haven't seen this guy since New Year.
Happy New Year.
Last time we saw each other was December. It was December.
But hey, bro, December.
It's December.
It was December.
The last time they ate an episode from us was December.
Eat an episode from me, I don't feed you like that. Pause.
See, but we're on their feed, so they eat us. You get it?
Acha ufala.
No, like they eat the content.
I'm not gonna be part of corny jokes this year. Hapo tunaongea vitu serious hivi.
Walai, mwaka tumeswitch. Kwanza unaona vile tuko wawili bana. Global warming is real bana.
Unajua nimesema hivyo, bro. I've been doing this with my sister of late. Why I just feed off my nonsense. Acha nikushow moja bro, cheki.
Come on.
Unajua hii part inaitwaje?
Elbow.
In Kiswahili ndio inaitwaje?
Mbona check? Sinakusikiza.
Kisugudi bro. Hii ndio kisugudi.
Na inaitwa kisigino.
Inaitwa
Kiwiko mniga. So jina mwiko litoka hapa? You like flexibility ya wrist na kukanda na
ugali.
Mwiko.
Wahenga.
Tuwezi jua bana.
Mimi ni mhenga bro.
Wala bin wala.
Boys. Hello everyone, welcome back to Walking the Streets. And I've not said this in such a long time, but it's your boy, Mr. Fahrenheit Michael Kimathi.
It's your boy Roy, your local monk and your local gardener. Let's go. Let's go.
Bro, I've not said that in a long time.
Bro, I know.
I think like normally usually see people who
but niko show naisamanga kwa buff once in a while.
Like I prepare what I want to say. Like you know, just sometimes unakwanga tu like niko hapo tu najifeel.
Lazima ujifeel bro. Lazima ujifeel. Hakuna mtu atakufa. Well, but lazima ujifeel.
Unasema nini?
Lazima ujifeel.
Kuna mtu anaanza kunifeel.
Lazima ujigas. Lazima ujigas.
Lazima nijigas.
Lazima ujigas bro.
Sasa sipojigas na hata nigas.
Exactly, sipojigas na atakugas bro. Unajua tuko wase wawili kwa hii pod sai bro.
Man,
unajua tu ni mimi na wewe bro.
Tunashikilia.
Bana.
We are the rock.
We are the rock.
Foundation.
Si ndo wale wabaya. Okay, tuko watatu.
Okay, sawa.
Cameraman amesikia left out.
Yeah man.
Okay, tuko watatu. Hizi kamera aziko kwa tripod. Kuna mtu ameshikilia hizi kamera mbili sasa, moja na mkono wa left, nyingine na mkono wa right.
Superstar.
Yaani superstar.
Teach wetu.
Bana. Wasikia poa sasa. Wasikia poa sasa. Wow, tuanze wapi?
Mimi sijui bro, mimi najua umeongea kuhusu December, nakumbuka vitu zile sijaongea in a long time. Sijakwambia hata.
Nini?
Bro, have face to shit.
Wow. Hapo ndo tunaanzia.
Mimi sijui nianze. Mimi nasikia tu
but hata mimi by the tunaweza ongelea vitu zilipitwa na wakati, but I'm just tuona for 3 months so
elewa. Bro, unajua Chokolamu amwa. What's his name bro? What's his name? Remind me his name.
Who is
Chokolamu amwa. What's his name bro? Asi alikiba bro.
Prince Lewis.
I don't know.
Ya Lewis.
Huyo. Prince Lewis bro. Unajua huku kama Masaus. Ile ya Masaus. Mimi najua tu I know just Chokolamu.
Ya Lewis.
Brother bro. I'm sorry. It may sound like I'm hating. I just don't know anything about him, but I think it was too gassed. Unajua tulikuwa hapo mimi, it was overhyped. I swear to God tukifika huko. And I'm expecting to see a lot of people at the event because Ujamaa he's gassed.
Kona hype.
Bro, he has a lot, all these fans and everything.
But ilikuwa cricket.
Swear down bro.
Kwa cricket.
Mimi nakwambia, you know when you go to an event where you're able to leave and come back and you sit in the same position.
Yeah, like
that's how crazy it was.
There's enough space for movement.
What's out evil? He came on stage. And the first thing he said was, "Ça va Nairobi?"
Ça va. Yeah. Comment ça va?
As you're like,
ça va bien.
Sema wewe. I didn't know what to say because ça va ni nini?
Sema wewe.
Ali sasa tuseme ça va Nairobi tuseme nini?
Comment ça va?
Comment ça?
Comment?
Acha uongo. Comment ça va ni nini bro?
Yeah, how are you?
Sasa tuseme nini? We are fine. How do you say we are fine?
Ça va bien. Et tout.
Sasa unajua Simbo hiyo si wote huko. Hatusema kitu.
Hakuna mtu ashapitia Alliance Française tu kuangalia na dirisha inakaangaje.
I promise you bro, no one said anything. All they look at each other because I remember he came said Sava bien and then Shaka looked at me and was like, "Hey Mike, wewe amesema nini Shaka kipotea bipotea." Mike, wewe amesema mimi nimesikia Sava and no one said anything.
Bro, we need to do language classes for the country.
It does not matter. But now let me focus on day 3 of Raha Fest. Mimi nimeingia huko bro, I'm gassed. Who are we going to see? Shania. Kwanza acha wacha sikushow that. That lady is beautiful.
Bro, I've heard, man. Don't tell me. I'm so pissed because that day was supposed to come like after the fireworks. That's where I was making my way and then I hear tear gas. I'm like, fuck, man. Shania is off stage. I'm like, what the hell do you mean?
But bro, listen. I just want to take this opportunity to appreciate Shania, bro. That she's gorgeous. I remember when she first arrived in the country, and then the next day was day 1 Akenamasas. Yeah. I mean, bro, I saw her. Mimi nimeona hivi. Shaka kamuona pia. Maryland akamuona pia. Yaani tunaangalia ude Mshaka akaniambia Mike, if you don't go for me nitamuendea. Shaka alikuwa amemkufia hata yeye.
Ni mrembo bro.
Beautiful.
Like you don't even use many adjectives. You just say she's beautiful.
Exactly.
Like
she looks like she smells good. I'm saying like
what you say, bro.
She's gorgeous.
She's beautiful.
Tell me why day 3 New Year imefika. It's saa 7 usiku. Mimi na Vince Shaka
actually saa 7 asubuhi.
Tumejibamba. Nasema kinasema.
Ongea.
Tumejibamba. And then she comes on stage. And now we are all hyped.
You're all gassed.
We are all gassed. We've all come now closer to the stage.
Seeing the beautiful.
Her. Let me tell you, me and her had a moment, bro. Hata mcheka. Mimi niko serious.
Cut the tape. Cut the tape, bro. We said you were being serious, bro.
Listen to me.
We said we are not lying to the fans.
I'm very, very serious. Me and her had a moment.
You and I locked eyes, yeah? You locked eyes,
bro.
Man.
Me and her looked at each other.
You saw her soul, yeah?
I swear down. I looked, and then you see I looked around like, no, it's just me. It's only me. And then it was so intense that I started shedding tears. Now, you guys know me, I don't cry. You guys know I don't cry for nothing.
But for Shania.
But I cried. But so unajua me, I'm thinking it's an emotional connection. Then ghafla bimvu, not only am I crying, but I'm starting to smell things. Alafu sasa kanime, can you smell that? Bro, kumbe ni tear gas bana, kanilie. I swear down. Because see me, I don't cry. I don't cry.
This nigga spent for us a love story and shit, and then boom.
But bro,
the tear gas.
Next thing, because me I'm smelling it, and then I don't know what's going. Me I'm thinking I'm just my emotions are.
Other than you cook solutions.
Me and her having like a moment of connection, and then next me I'm like, Mike, can you smell that? And I'm like,
smell what?
I can smell it now. Next thing I know, just like Evo too.
Sure.
Akatolewa stage bro na jamaa I'm thinking it's her boyfriend who's like jealous.
Actually ni pace man. Like yenyewe tumeanzia mbali but actually ni pace man.
Me ilikasirisha. Me I'm telling you for some time there when she was just there saying Shania, me I was like
the start about her that muddied my mind was that she was 28 because me I always thought Shania is like a 30 plus babe and I was like wow man, you're like a 20-year-old like me.
Number 1 in command. Bro.
That's crazy, man.
Best to kill. Level 2 militant.
Shit, you're saying from fuck. Because you haven't... Have you said Happy New Year? You've said Happy New Year? I've said it. Come, bro. So we're fine. So now we're in 2025.
Yeah, bro.
So how's January?
Hey, bro.
Hey, fuck.
Let me tell you.
Oh, man.
Let me tell you.
So insane.
Let me tell you. Here's the thing that we're going to notice for the next couple of weeks.
Man,
so we're going to unpack a lot of things.
Man,
because firstly tumewa miss you don't doubt that tumewa miss.
Yes,
mimi miss like normally unapatana watu kwa super and then you're like hey where's the pod and I'm like ungeje 20
bana ase wamekuwa wanatupea accountability bana kila msee una meet na yeye wago and where's the una post hadi question sticker kwa story they don't care about your asking so only where's the pod
me I'm actually like, concerned about you guys but here's what I say like it's been a crazy year it's been a crazy year
It's been 12 months in 3.
In 3.
It's been 12 months.
That's April, bro.
April.
Yesu anafufuka next week.
Bro, mimi unajua mwaka wangu ilianza April. Juni niliona samo bro on the internet where they said this guy's messed with the calendar bana. So like the Romans and sijui who man they were doing, like they now Trump and Shania are doing band for band tariffs. Now they were doing band for months in the calendar. So some emperors added months and whatnot.
Yeah, most def, man.
Like unafanyanga hiyo hesabu ya 300 uko like 28 days kila mwezi. Ukitoa hizo extra, tunakuwa na whole other extra month. Like it was a whole conspiracy thing, and I was like,
that's the thing where if you just do all the days together and divide them by 28, you have 13 months.
You have 13 months.
Yeah, remember
bro. That. 13 months, bro. So I'm like April. Apparently because of that, Ethiopia calendar, they're in 2016 or 20 what? Because they use the original calendar, and I'm like, damn, my year started now because I can't count January, February, March. It was.
Bro, Happy New Year, dead ass. Like, this is the time you're starting the year.
It just flew, man.
Me, bro, tumeambiwa kusuchapo hii mwaka. million chapos a day.
Don't even get me started on that side of this country, because I could get real. I'm so bad. Oh my God. But I remember the chapatis. Chapa alpha.
Juzi tumesikia Butere Girls. Juzi tumesikia about it was solo. Kwanza hiyo the bar was solo or something like that.
That's the one where they were posting children on the Instagrams and the TikToks. Ndio. No, that one. Solo, that's not the bar. No, that's the one for useless things I got my child. Remember that useless things I got my child? Man, innocent babies and kids just being posted on the internet, and then a deadbeat dad up there next. I'm like, no, man.
I think we don't appreciate some of the things. Okay, rather people don't think a lot when they post things online.
Yeah, they don't.
I don't just think post. People just post. The other day tuliona uja mama ana dive for 4 minutes.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I don't even know his name.
At who? Ashton Hall.
Yeah, Ashton.
What's her name? It's called Ashton.
It's a cool name. It's okay, bro. Accept. It's fine. Give the man his lick, bro. Cool name.
The man what? It's captured on mic, Buddha.
So yeah, there's that guy for diving.
Tomorrow the bar was too low. Some things that people have been saying that
people post random stuff on the internet, man. But I don't think, bro, like accountability is a bitch. But I don't think we talk enough about the role stories play in households with deadbeat dads.
Hey God, land 20.
Like you see that thing, bro. Yeah. For that trend of useless things I got my kid. But how many women jumped on that stuff? Too many, and it was like a badge of honor or something, or like a bro, you need kitu unafagona nayo grave bana. Grave.
Because you can't go to work the next day.
Bro, useless things I got my kid. Unaweka tu mzaya hapo.
The next day.
Anakunywa tu Fanta. Bro, next day job. Johnny, speak.
Uni demu wako.
Uni mtoto wako.
Uni mtoi wako.
And you're a deadbeat.
Hey, ngori.
Man, it's crazy. Now that trend me just fucked my man. I was like, that's too many bana.
Is it weird that these trends always come up every year?
Every year there's something new.
That's crazy.
I'm telling you, humans are creative. Like we were born to just create, man. Every year there's a trend. Every year there's a viral moment. Every quarter even maybe, man.
Yeah, every quarter. Because a time like this last year was Cat Williams.
Tulianza mwaka last year na Cat Williams. This year ni Trump, man.
Ni Trump tu amekuwa kustar wake.
Wow, umekuwa ukiangalia stock markets, bro. Mama mia bana. Unaamkanga hivi. Leo ni good, kesho zote ziko chini. Next day up. Nilikuwa sema hii band for band ya tariff. Kuna msee aliamka Monday. Anaweza buy Nivea. Bro, Thursday ana afford Remis. Monday bro, ata afford mafuta bro. Anatumia sabuni saa kujipaka mafuta. As in your band for band is so this year has just been off. I was in the salon the other day getting a retwist. I had the lady came into the salon and she said that they talk about the olden days and whatnot. Like hizo siku. Like they take things for granted right now in the present. So they're talking about the idea of shoes and whatnot. So like hizo siku mtu alikuwa anaosha miguu kwa bath, the basin. But then before your feet dry and the sabuni dries, you take the soap and apply the soap and then you lubricate your foot. So that's like now the mafuta, because there was no mafuta.
Hey God, it was only where this story was going.
So you take the soap and then that's like your oil, and I was like, that's crazy.
Like you know, mafuta unanayo the whole day.
Sabuni, the soap is soap. Yeah. The soap
is soap. The soap is also a lubricant.
The soap is also lotion. Imagine. I was just olden days. I don't know how.
Oh no, that was ignorance. How come they didn't know anything? Which is
wanget wapi mafuta in the olden days. Think about it, might make sense. It's like the stories used to walk barefoot. I don't think the colonizers shared their things with us, man. Like they just let the Africans live in the dark ages. Bro. Imagine a mzungu who has Nivea, bro, Kokobata.
You know, you said that. Let me ask you, when you really look at these videos from like back in the day, do you always think that the color there was always grey?
Nah.
It's only true.
Nah.
You've never.
Nah.
I usually think they never had any other colors in back in the day. Like
the cameras didn't have any other color.
I know.
But there was still blue, black, red, green, white.
I know.
Like eyes could see,
but
you know.
Sioni. No, Sioni. Jumesema hivyo and I'm like, me I usually look at our photos and independence and I'm like, yeah, tulikuwa tunaka hii stuff. It come from 1965.
Imagine. But tech is funny, man. There were cameras all the way from Tene. From back then.
Yeah.
The old ones where the guy used to go under the cloth, hold the thing like this, 1, 2, 3, cheese pa, a whole flashlight, bro, like just goes off over there, man. Bro. Because I know these guys will ask questions, bro. Do you want to tell them where the other 2 guys are, bro?
Hey, the other today wako 2024, but me nasema hivyo. In as far as you see the way you are set to 25 was crazy. They are there. Even them, they're just they will be back. Don't worry.
They're figuring their shit
out. They're figuring things out. You see what tunakapitia.
Figuring their shit out. If you see Banta boy here, we mu accept. If you don't see him here, we pia mu accept.
Bana.
If you see Shaka here, mu accept. Usipomwona pia mu accept. Ukitaka kujua mo, unaweza enda mtafute kwa DMs kama unajisikia. Lakini hatujakosana.
Hey.
Kuna msee niliambia tuna record jana akaniambia mna record wawili. Ako like god damn, nifanya nini na wase wengine? Niko like mko sawa, mnahitaji therapy. Ni wapange. Niko like zizi man, like we're very amicable humans. Life is just life. But I think every time when a pod loses its host or like switches up host, I think everyone always just think there's beef.
I beef with who, bro?
With each other.
Me I'm vegan. Chana me. I'm not. But there's just being inclusive.
But there's no beef. It's all love. So, yeah.
But they'll be back. But
don't worry. The pretty quotient has gone up. We have removed the variables. Now, what I want to say is, I need to put this out there so that you guys know from the jump. Asitunaika kichwa chini tumesoma. Kwa nini nadhani uko na butter face, bro? Uko na butter face? You have a butter face? I don't have a butter face. You know what a butter face is? You have a butter face.
Oh yeah, uko na butter.
Uko na butter face. You don't have a butter face? Bro, I leave this question out. You know, every year, every season, we have this street dictionary. That one is always going to be constant, even if you're not touching it as much. But I need to go and tell you to go search what butterface is. That's your assignment. Na kwa kama mkuru pianga watu assignments kwa hizo video zenyu. Endeni mniangalie pale kwa history, kwa records, zilikuwa mwaka gani. Sasa mimi naambia endeni pale kwa internet, muulize chat GPT.
Utuambie hapo chini.
What is a butterface?
What is a butterface?
Butterface.
Hey, some of you might.
And tell us if it applies to both men and women.
It might be.
You know? No. Tell us about it. Never thought about it. Come tell us about it.
Butterface, bro. Yeah, man.
But labda uju is the shorty who calls it a butterface. I'm telling you, bro. Linguistics, man.
Big facts.
Linguistics.
Mimi tukwe wahenga.
Unaweza kuwa wahenga.
Unaweza kuwa mhenga, bro. Unajua mhenga itu mtu anasema kitu common and then everyone else has not noticed it.
What's mhenga in English? The local monk. Make sure you watch my content on Instagram, TikTok. Go subscribe. The handle is the local monk. I've forgotten where the underscores are, but you will see it.
Jesus
see Christ. You there.
What's a mhenga in English? A wise man.
See a monk.
Z.
No?
Unataka kuniambia wasio walikuwa na monks? It's only true.
I actually don't know what a mhenga is. Second homework. Tell us what mhenga is. Now we can go into other stuff. Jo tunaweza shinda hapa tumeraka our brains na tutapata answer, bro. I can feel it. Because what is a mhenga in English, honestly?
Because these people, what they did was, I keep saying, all they did was just make ordinary statements.
And then boom.
And then everyone else would just be like, oh my gosh, I didn't think about that. But it's an ordinary statement. For example.
Twitter before Twitter.
For example, we'll cross that bridge when you get there. What else are we supposed to do when you get to the bridge?
Could watch it.
Then why are we going to the bridge if you're turning back?
You could put padlocks like those love bridges in Paris.
The hell? No, sir, this is why you're not this is wahenga. No, overdo.
Kometa shindapo, man. Kometa shindapo. Well, I can tell you for real, man. I don't know what Mhenga is, but I hope our fans give us an answer.
In fact, from now on, it's your boy, Mhenga. It's a Fahrenheit Michael.
Good for you. See, I'm bringing everyone to the wild side. It's a meeting.
Panga basi.
Feb, bro. How I was about to ask you how was Feb, bro, but I don't feel like doing that.
It was a 28-day month.
It's usually the best month.
Is it?
It's so short. I enjoy it because it's quite a short month. March has been hectic. April looks fantastic because it has a bunch of holidays. But as I say, the year is starting now, so like even the episodes will be dropping from April onwards.
Yeah, bro.
Inshallah, bana, we don't stop again. Inshallah, man. But we want to bring this to your attention. We say this with heavy hearts. For those of you that don't know, I just wanted to let you know, man, that the content is gonna change. I don't know what you were thinking I was about to say, but I had all of you hooked, so I just really needed to tell you and get your attention. Yeah. The content tone is gonna change, and I hope you vibe with it. The ones we lose on the way, bye-bye. The ones we gain, welcome. This is Walking the Streets with our boys, where we'll be deeper, pause, more thought-provoking, go shit, healing shit, stuff shit. Because we've been going through so much, man. Wow. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it, bro?
I'm actually looking forward to it.
You're ready for it?
Bro. I think some of these things that we might address are things that a lot of people don't know how to even talk about it. It's not even a matter of the fact that me and him might agree on everything, but it's just the fact that conversation needs to be there about a lot of these things.
Yeah.
I don't think people know how to have such conversation. You know, Joe, when you used to get these DMs where what will nipatia content na demo wangu, it was more streetworthy content.
Of course.
But now, like, if you actually go to the nitty-gritties of things, like, I don't know. Like, we have so much to talk about, and when we start getting to it, it's a matter of the theme for this just to be growth.
Yeah, just growth in general, man.
Bro.
We're not talking physical, like just that mental. Boy, it's just weird. You know, I was thinking about it the other day, and I'm like, you're 20-something years old, man. You probably live to 100 or 90 or 80.
Or not die.
Hey, if you're Mike, you won't die.
I'm not dying.
And then, all of a sudden, everything has to make sense in a span of 10 years. 20 to 29.
Yeah,
21 to 30. It's like 30, 40, 50, 60. Like, siko familia yetu mse akienda from like one decade to another.
Yeah.
They usually say like, welcome to third floor, welcome to fourth floor. So like you're on second floor. Or you're in third floor, bro. You have fourth floor, fifth floor, sixth floor, seventh floor, eighth floor. But everything because of the influx of information, the influx of the socials, the influx of fake life. You think, bro, I'm 32, man. Shit's not looking nice, bro.
It does.
It's crazy. And most people, you don't have nobody to talk about with these things, man. You're just there in your corner crying, holding your plushie, holding your Bible, if you're a Bible guy. You're just there alone.
So, you know, have you ever seen people who come and tell you, I think you even, I don't know if you see, I've seen this meme, whatever meme, it's an Instagram post, where people come and tell you act your age.
But what does that mean?
And you're like, hey, this is my first time being this age. How am I supposed to act my age?
That's actually a fair point, man.
Like, how am I supposed to act 25? I mean, if I never been 25 before.
But you know, act your age, man.
But I'm supposed to act my age.
You're supposed to just know.
You know, people, it's a common phrase, and a lot of us hear it a lot. But then you're like, no, what you're doing is you're telling me to act the way you acted.
Hey, what you think you should have acted as when you're 25.
And there's no way I could have known how you acted when you're 25 unless you tell me.
Actual age is crazy, though. What does that even mean, man? Like, at a certain age, you're supposed to perform a certain way. The only time I think I tell someone to act your age is like when we're sitting down and eating dinner or lunch and you're munching, like, go act your age, man. What the hell are you doing? That's some small boy
because
stuff.
Exactly, because you'd have expected that person to know exactly what to do at a younger age. How to eat like that? You'd have expected. Like right now, if I eat like that, you'd expect me to have known how to not eat like that at a younger age. So now I'm 25, between that whatever age that
unafaa kushaje ufai kufanya hivi.
Exactly. Mimi unajua I've seen God, for Jesus Christ. I've seen men who go to the washroom and don't wash their hands.
One thing is I don't know where I saw it. Where did I see it? I don't know where I saw it. I think I was watching TV or something. And the guy was like, they were in a business meeting.
Yeah.
So they're in a table. The first guy has gone to the washroom.
Yeah.
And then now another guy from the table stands up and also goes to the washroom. Yeah. So person B, when he's going to the washroom, person A is coming out.
Yeah.
So he sees person A come out of the stall and walk right through the door. Person B is like, bro, now he was coming to complain to one of his friends, like, bro, this guy didn't even try. Like, he saw me there. He didn't even tap the faucet. He didn't even try and do like 2 sprinkles. Nah, he just literally walked. He didn't even take a tissue and wipe his. Nah. He just walked. And I was like, and then I became conscious every time I'm outside, restaurant, club. I'm like,
you
bro,
notice.
You just peed and walked.
Bro.
You just walked.
I've seen people who have walked past me when I'm washing my hands. Like they came in after. Once you know there's that rule for the gentlemen, let me tell you right now, if you don't know this rule, I'm telling you this right now. When you are in the washroom,
you gotta skip a stall.
You need to, there has to be a stall in between me and you. People don't know that.
If there's no stall in between me and you, please look
there.
up at all times possible. You gotta go, just look up. No one's looking down, no looking side, no looking straight.
Don't stand next to me.
Wait, sometimes you gotta go.
I don't care.
Wait, punch a man.
Be a man. What you mean, bro?
Act your
that
age.
Thing pisses me off. Mind the pun, but it pisses me off so much.
Act your age.
Act your age, bro. And then now, umeingia after me. And then now, I'm done before you. I'm just there washing my hands. I'm just being thorough.
Imagine.
And then
just there.
Walks past me.
And that guy's gonna go dab up his boys in the club. He's gonna hug shorties. He's gonna go touch the bill. The bill is gonna be touched by the waitress. Yada yada. And that's how COVID spread.
Exactly.
Bro, there's this thing now that you're talking about gentlemen. This is why short is my G.
Yeah.
Suffer, bro, when they're in 3-course meals, man.
It's still funny.
Especially the first 3-course meals. I know, because women have told me this thing, man. No aftercare, bro. No pre-care. No care.
No care.
They just in and out, bro, like a thief.
Is that
if you're a man them watching this thing and you don't know about care,
like a thief, bro.
GPT is free, my G. Please go check what pre-care is.
I'll call you after this.
Go check aftercare. Go just check the cares, bro. Remember what I said, bro? You need to feed her, clean her, then take her home, man.
And call her, man.
And cuddle her, bro, if you're doing an all-nighter.
Yeah, man.
Stuff, man.
But is it? Regardless. But again, that's all the basis of just being a gentleman. Which I will keep dying on this hill. Everyone has a definition of what it is that they want to believe it is, but no one ever has that uniform definition.
There's no blueprint of like this is actually what it's supposed to be.
There's no one who's gonna come and say this is it, and then we all agree with them. Like even up to now, we don't know how old, bro. Jesus is we don't Jesus. We have images of Jesus being a white man, and that's all we've been knowing for all our lives. Yet Jesus was in Israel. Which white men?
And that Arabia, Palima, Middle East countries, equal and whatnot.
Which like, white man is like that? Dog?
Some of these things you can't even fight, bro, because they just don't make sense. You don't understand them.
Pigana nazo. But at the end of the day, I think what I keep saying about everyone is we all have an idea of what is at least the basic form. Tulikuwa nakwambia jana tulikuwa tunaongea na ujamaa saa 9. Asubuhi. And you're trying to define what a man is, and at the most basic form you could tell that we all had an idea of what a man is, but we can't actually. We'll tackle this later.
Hakuna picha kama hii tuseme this is a man,
bro.
Copy this.
You do understand in the last 24 hours you've not been able to define what a man is, what a gentleman is, what a Christian is, and those are things that are fundamental to all of us, right? But we all go with our own definition that we hope everyone agrees with, and
it's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's
pissing me off.
Don't worry. The biggest tagline I can give you for what we're about to do in the next couple of months is mindfuck. Butterface as well, but mindfuck for real. Mind my French, because the times even us will be chatting to you here, and we go layer by layer, and we're like, oh my god, where did we start? But all of a sudden the amount of gems we dropped. You think I'm capping? Just watch what we're about to do in the next few minutes.
Ngori, mbona umeniseti? Suriambe kinaendelea.
Bro, sina kuambia.
Mbona umeniseti?
Kwani umetense? I've just told the fans to sit back and see us cook.
Sawa niambie.
Let's talk, bro.
Niambie.
Remember, the question is simple, bro. As we were like trying to give them a glimpse of how we're going to be moving forward.
Yeah.
What's something you used to care way too much about that doesn't faze you anymore about self? Like something you used to care about, but now because you've done this growth thing, it doesn't faze you a lot that much.
And I think I need to put I already have an answer. I keep saying it's a generic answer, but it is still my answer. And caveat is the following, right? The reason why a lot of us are where we are right now is because we are in this trajectory of growth, right? And only you can know where you are on your growth journey. Mm-hmm. So for me, for example, my answer is what everyone says on the internet, but it's true. It's actually that kind of public opinion having an effect on my life, and I will die on that hill. Junajua, some of the things that I used to do, that used to come to my head all the time, that used to bother me, but now when I think about it, I'm like for example, ukiingia mat, alafu uko 32 seater.
That's a bus.
Ni basi. Lakini kila mtu aketi kwa kiti, kila mtu angia aketi chini, lakini no one else is sitting on where you are. Does that make sense?
You're on the 2 seat, but everyone's feeling every other seat other than your seat.
Hata kuna mayanda uketi nyuma.
And I come, leave that alone, bro. They come, they do a little, you know, like when they're giving you a wine. Now they do a little look. They're like, next seat.
This nigga not worth it. My bum should not sit there. You know, it's crazy. When someone is willing to sit at the back bench, yo kitia katikati wewe unasqueeziwa.
Yes, or where the roof is pushing your head down.
Lakini akai kwako.
Start over.
Those are things used to, guy, you know. It's in my head.
Start thinking, what about this? Nini? What am I giving?
Oh my gosh,
am I giving desperate?
What's
going on?
You know, it's a kind of like a judgment of like, you know what? Listen, bro. Listen, after you don't even look good enough for me to sit next to you.
Yeah, man. Like, you start fighting.
You mean self-esteem.
Fighting in your head, bro. Like,
oh my Jesus. Like, I'm literally seeing it in my head right now. Unajua mimi nilikuwa naenda shule. Ama nikienda mboka na niko kwa mat 6:25 am. 6:25 am. We all in a rush to get to work.
Bruh.
Why are you being picky about where you want to
where
sit?
You want to sit?
And why you not sitting next to me?
Your mind is not even fully awake.
Oh my gosh.
You can see him feeling it.
Mimi nasikia uchovu. Anyway, so it took some. Bro, what the hell? Wala nasikia joto.
I know what you mean. I can feel it.
But I'm saying, like, as you can see, I'm still struggling with it. Mpaka saa hii buda. Hata sasa nikipanda mata hapa nje, I'll be like, anyway, it's fine.
It's fine. You grow with it. You acknowledge it.
I'm at fudge. I'm watch hata not the person. As in, let me even tell you what's even crazy. Now this is me being like immature and petty. Like for example, unapata mademo vile umeingia kwa mat. Right? And there's one who's penga. Yeye ndo ameingia kwanza. Amekuona, akaamua keti na wewe. Lakini huyu mwingine akamwambiweka hapo.
It's heartbreak, bro.
So,
it's heartbreak.
That's the kind of thing that I used to bother me a lot. Because you see, at the end of the day, I keep saying self-esteem and confidence is something you build for yourself. Right? No one else can give it to you.
It's something you should build for yourself.
Yeah.
But society, percentages wise, a higher percent thinks the outside world gives it to you.
Which is mad.
It's true.
Which is quite mad. Unajua, tulikuwa tunaongea kuhusu mazishi hapa. And I'm like, you know, it's actually crazy. Everyone here.
Yeah, that's the funeral thing where like we're talking about like these external pressures we get from society. Or how when we are acting or doing things, we think about what Nani will say, Baba who will say, what the who and who will say. And it was a conversation I was having in the salon again. Shout out my salon people. We were talking about funerals. You should. It's a nice place.
Yeah. What's in the pedicure?
Mani pedi, bro. Remember, I still haven't got a mani pedi.
Someone reached out to me actually on the DMs and
mani
told me and offered me
and offered you the services.
Anyway,
salon is a cool place. So we're talking about funerals, and the salonist is saying the way you could do a simple funeral in the homestead with the people who really care and the friends and the close people. Gives this guy a nice send-off, laugh about the good times, cry about whatever, and then move on. But nah, you gotta get the best casket, you gotta get the best house, the best production team. Shimo zinaendanga 6 feet, yenyu lazima ikwe 8 feet. Man. Bro, I noticed, I used to think when you dig holes, you just dig a hole and sink the thing. But apparently in different cultures, communities, and backgrounds, how they reinforce the hole is totally different.
Reinforce the hole? What are we talking about, bro?
The 6 feet hole where you put coffee inside, some put stones on the side. Oh, yeah. They layer the sides with stones all the way.
Nakaka structure,
I was like, damn, I didn't know that.
It's a whole ceramic structure.
It's a whole thing. It's built now. It's just a hole. They go and now build it, and then I'm like, wow.
Which is crazy.
It's like
it becomes like a crypt, I think.
I was like, damn. Yeah. That was just offside. But like we were saying, like funerals, bro. Yeah. They're more for them, man.
Them, man. They're not
than them, man.
Who are grieving.
See, not about them, man. It's about them, man. Because you want to prove, quote unquote, this was her view, but I resonated with it. Because sometimes it also applies to weddings. Yeah. And this is why there's usually such a big fight when somebody says, "Now, me, I want to do an AG wedding. No, me, I want to do a very small, like a partner. I have everyone, especially the parents. Everyone has to see my daughter get married. Everyone has to see my son get married. I need to be there with a dress. I need to dance. We need to eat mchele arusi and all those things." And I'm like, so who are we doing it for?
Is it for me?
Are we doing it for my happiness and my marriage partner? Are we doing it for my part? Are we doing it for and then some of these things, they become so deeply engrossed. That now, if you try and challenge it, it's like, no, that's how it's just always been, man. You can't start bringing such conversations home. And I'm like, the main basis of this thing that you're saying has now become societally acceptable as a norm or a cultural heritage is based on the one thinking alone of, what's everyone gonna say?
Most deaf.
And now it's so deep that we can't even eject it.
I usually keep saying this. What we are doing right now is what who was this yesterday was telling me about what has God called me to do. See my mission.
Yeah.
I didn't tell you my mission in this in that me and Joe mighty many partia, right? Is the ability to generate a conversation. Hizi vitu zote would be solved so quickly if people were willing to have that conversation.
Look at it head on.
Exactly.
Because you know what? The first step of changing anything, the first step of any behavioral change, defeating any bad habit, growth and healing is acknowledgement. Layer one, bro, is just being like acknowledgement. It's where you drop the ego down. It's like when you're trying a new job or a new task. And you're like, damn, sijui. Nilikuwa nafikiria najua, sijui. Unakishafika tu hiyo point ya kusema I don't know. In whatever task you're trying to do, eventually you know. Because you've accepted you don't know, so you'll seek out knowledge. Once you acknowledge a fault, a deficit, or whatever, the next logical step should be, how do I improve?
Work on it.
But we got some bad bees out here, and this is both male and female, who see the acknowledgement, man, and it becomes the identity, man. Like, acknowledge a bad behavior that you've gotten from a parent or from trauma when you're growing up or something you just picked up along life.
Yeah.
And instead of being like, you know what, I'm a poor communicator because momsy and dad they just shout it to each other. So anytime I'm with my partner or my friend, I just
That's
shout.
That's the only thing I know.
And then you've told your friends this. Who are your friends? They love you. But do they want to see you grow? I'm not sure. Because what do they tell you, bro? They look at you and they're like, by the way you're making sense. If your mom and dad used to talk like, I understand. I see why you are the way you are.
Oh my gosh.
And you know what that does? Nika kuchukua ile kijiko bana ya simiti unaweka kwa brick reinforce. And what does that eventually do to that person? Becomes the identity. It has so many layers of reinforcement before you come down to the acknowledgement, which was layer one. You lost the plot, bro. It actually, you live your life for a couple of years knowing that this is me.
Yeah.
Roy's identity is a shouter. He shouts because he cannot communicate.
And not only that, is it this just me, but other people know this is me and they are good with it.
Imagine. There's a friend quote somewhere there when I was doing local monk work.
Yeah.
It says like, you don't need a yes man in your corner.
Yeah.
A true friend looks at you and like, bro, that's bullshit.
That's mess.
So you scream at people because your parents scream at each other. So do you think that is a good behavior?
That's a good behavior.
And you'll be like, nah. So why are you hiding behind this? You change. And you're like, oh my God, And if it's a true friendship, bro, you won't feel attacked. You'll be like, yo, my G, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
The question would also, but then you see, the thing that I'm realizing about a lot of us is we don't know. It's that fear of not having that support system. It's that of losing it.
We avoid conflict to maintain relationships.
Bro, you know how many people don't like? I think we take for granted some of these things we do. You know how many people don't actually have people who they can just chat about anything?
No. How many they can chat about it openly and candidly?
Yeah.
With no aggressive emotions towards the giver of information and the receiver. Like, EVC wawili bro, feedback loop yetu ni clean.
Yeah.
Naweza kuambia vitu very personal about yourself and be like, Mike, you know the way, for example, Mike, you know the way you eat, man. You know, man. And then I'm like, you shouldn't do that. I don't care. And you might be like, where's making sense, man?
Really?
The amount of people who have bad behavior that are being reinforced and turning into their identities because this person here doesn't want conflict.
Yeah.
And you don't want to lose this friendship.
Yeah.
So instead of head-first confrontation, you're like, I get you. I know it's
true.
Yeah, move on. Yeah,
and in fact, what I think about is this literally the definition. You know, usually people talk about toxic relationships and friendships, and I'm like, it's more focused on the things that we all know is negative, right? But then if you go down to the root of it,
I agree.
there are also things that we all know are negative, but we're just afraid of tackling them head on. Unajua nimekirichini ngafikiria. Unajua mimi nikipata watu wenye tuko hapo tunaongea kuhusu Chelsea. Tukiongea kuhusu Chelsea pamoja, right? For so long we can go around saying why am I using my example? Man U fans. Wana Man U fans ika hapo. Man U are number 14. Lakini they will die on the hill as you're the best team in the world.
They'll be delusional.
See what I'm saying? Because you don't want to lose that support structure. And more important, people don't want to start all over again. I feel as if
bro, you don't want to rebrand. You don't want to break it down.
No one wants to
start again. You don't want to break it down and start again. It's scary. It's one of the scariest things. And that's what I was saying. When you're trying to do something new, bro, the best and first step that puts you on to greatness is acknowledging. By the way, I don't know.
True.
I don't know. Because once you do, I don't know. The next step is like, okay, now I need to seek knowledge. But upper, kuna kuangana dissonance. Because now you've acknowledged you don't know. But seeking knowledge now just... It's scary, bro.
Let me ask you. Here, I think something that's bothering me. What if you do know?
What if you do know?
Like, you know.
Take me.
Let me go like this. The thing about me is, personally, I always do my best to always want to know more. Right? So, like, generally speaking, I'm a lawyer. Let me say I'm a lawyer. As a lawyer, things I know for sure. Like, for example, if I come and say section 204 of the penal code
says ABCD,
no, that's something I know.
Yeah.
I think that are personal about me, right? For example, things that are supposed to be with reference to the rest of the world. I do my best to learn more. But then you see that people who will die on the hill, like, this is what I know.
They're not ready to change their belief system of what they know.
Exactly. So is that someone who, is it possible for that kind of person to now be like, okay, now what I know is wrong? Or rather, what I know is what I know. But is it possible there is something
another
else?
POV?
Another POV.
How that person gets there, I think, is back to having this circle of friends who you can have open and candid convos with. Because even if it's a sister or a brother or a cousin, you have this one person who your relationship is solid. You respect their views, you respect how they communicate, and even how this person brings things forward. Attack. So you're able to be like, okay, you know, oh my God, you know, sis, what you're saying, I don't like it one bit. But the problem is you're such a rational person and you have no malice against me. You might actually be on to something.
That's a rational thought.
But you need this one person who you're able to put all down your walls and your egos and whatnot. And usifikira try to put you down or nana. You're like, damn, this person, passion is a fruit. This person loves you and what they're telling you is for your growth, not to put you down. I think that's the only way I can have someone like this start to probably see, oh my God, okay, maybe. Just maybe.
But do you see the challenge already?
It's hard.
I can see the challenge there.
It's hard.
Me, if I know this, and I keep saying, let me give the same example. If I know that Jesus is white, I know that. Me, meona every time that I've
seen an image of God,
it's just
a white dude,
a white baby, right? And then someone comes and tells me, "Hey, check it, bro. Jesus was in Israel." And me, I know also Israel. Hakuna watu wazungu, right? I know white people there, But then I'm like, no, me, I know Jesus is white. So now if someone comes to tell me that Jesus is not white,
you're like, what? How?
I'll find other people who know Jesus is white.
Exactly. And that's what usually happens. And that's the biggest problem we have with these little things called phones, bro, that have socials. Like, social media is great. Don't get me, bro.
I hate it.
Social media is great, man. Make sure you follow all of us. Social media is because you see what you said?
Yeah.
You find someone who comes and challenges what you think will be true, and it's not out of malice. Instead of liaising with this person and be like, okay, maybe we can go and see what you're on about. You go to this other corner that reinforces you. Because everyone wants to be reinforced. Everyone wants somebody who will lift them up.
Jesus Christ.
It's this simple. You want comfort in community.
Comfort, that's the word, dog.
You want comfort in community.
That's the word. Yes, the title of the episode.
You want comfort in community, bro. And that's why we push on such bad behavior.
Jesus Christ.
I'll look at movements. I'll put feminism here. I'll put the LGBTQ here. And I'll put religion here.
Yeah.
You see, all these three, they're different. Facts. Every one of them has their own ideologies, their own belief systems, and whatnot.
Big facts.
There's this person here who is not a member of any of these three. Not religion, not LGBTQ, not feminism. This person finds a babe who is not a feminist, but has feminist ideologies. And I'm not saying I'm talking specifically just toxic feminism.
Big facts.
You attack each other, she goes here. She's found community. And that's how communities generally
just generate around each other, bro.
But the thing about community is, you could be in a community where all of you are lost.
Facts.
But because you have mass numbers, you think you're all
lost
going on
together,
the same.
but you're together. Yeah. Exactly. Oh my gosh.
Comfort in community, bro.
Comfort in community is crazy. And it's mad, Joe. At the end of the day, even us looking in, like I'm sure someone had toxic feminism. What you said, like, how can feminism be toxic?
Of course, or someone like
these
that.
These are just men. These are usually, this is the line usually here. These are straight men.
Straight cisgender men.
Yo, jina nimesikia juzi. Isn't it
cis?
Not like who is cis?
Yep, sissy.
Straight cisgendered men. And oh my gosh, trauma. You're saying what juicy out of him. You're a straight cisgender man. Traditional man. I'm like, hey, ngoja buda mini Michael, breathe. I don't know what that is.
We're not gonna talk about that. I wanna cap you. Just remember what you're saying. Yeah. See that thing he said, traditional man. Yeah. Since when did that become a bad thing?
I don't even know when it became.
Continue.
Buddha. But but the point is, you think about it and you're like, these are people who, when you say something like that, they're like, how can you be the one to determine what toxic feminism is? Exactly. Right? But then also, here's what I always throw back. Pause. I'm always like, a man should do this, a man should do this. Who determines what a man should do what? Is it me as a man, who probably knows what it means to be a man, or you as a woman who doesn't know what it is? But now if you have that conversation, it now becomes what's it called, a kind of beef, a kind of what's it called, what's the thing where they do in Texas
stand or whatever, that one,
because I'm like, listen, me, I'm not here to argue with you. Me, I just want you to explain to me what going, so that it can make sense for both of us.
You see what you just said about you go to a like, who determines what toxic feminism is? Who determines what a man is?
Who determines what toxic masculinity is?
It's this thing that I've just said. If you have an ideology, you acknowledged and you've reinforced. The only person who can break down these reinforcements, bro, is someone who you hold no bias to their opinion. And it's very hard to find.
Very difficult to find such a person.
Especially with the media. Because you might be biased to what this guy is saying because he's a guy.
Yeah.
You might be biased to what this guy is saying because he's straight.
Facts.
You might be biased because they are different religion than what you are, or because they said something once upon a time, nini. So it's so easy for you to be there and see a man say this and you're like, what does a man know? And to be logical, some man talk a lot of trash, bro. Don't get me wrong. Talk, terrible.
Channel.
But if you sat down and breathed, facts, whips. If you sat down and breathed and actually just analyzed just the wording, you'd be shocked about how many people on the internet who might actually be having some content. The delivery might suck, But you cut off everything they said because of a bias in one or two things.
Big facts.
A bias in one or two things. And I go back to that question you asked, what's something that used to phase, like now for me, when I was younger than now, it's that thing, bro, of what will they say? Mm-hmm. For me, bro, it's a thing, and it's not, bro, this is gonna sound so arrogant, bro, but I fed my ego enough for this to make sense. You wear what you wear, you look at yourself in the mirror. But you have a conversation if, do I look good enough to go outside?
That's deaf.
But the question I started asking myself is like, do I look good enough for me?
Yeah.
Mina bambi kana kenyana kwa mirror. Is what I'm seeing in the mirror. Like, I go out and I'm like...
Testify.
Because once you look at yourself in that mirror and you've worn... I don't know, bro. You could have worn cargo pants that are T, bro. That are T. Cargo pants that are T, bro. Whatever T means.
What the hell is T?
And you look at yourself in that mirror and you're like, I'm the baddest slayingest man this will ever see. Well, go outside. It don't matter who tells you how good you look. It doesn't matter who tells you how bad you look. You know what your main idea is? Man, I look good. Regardless. But you leave that house and you're like, I think I look good. Let me go outside and see what going on. 2, 3 people are saying. You get 2 bad ideas that reinforce, I picked the wrong outfit. You're fucked. Bye. You get 2 good ideas that reinforce you got the right outfit, you're good. But zikienda zikifluctuate vile una positioning yako of thyself within keeps on changing because it's dependent on what's this guy saying, so for me that was, I used to move around, especially with like how I look, how I dress, other uso and everything, and then I'm like, when I go outside, will they think I look good and whatnot? But these days I look in that mirror, I'm like, I'm straight. I go outside, bro. Get whatever comment I get. I drip, bro. And that's the thing it's one of, because there are many other things, but it's that one of, and I think it's not at your point, growth is not linear, bro. You just don't wake up and I'm like, today I start growing.
It's true, though.
Some things, light bulbs, they just go off once in a while. But I think the change happens when you acknowledge the light bulb and you move with it, man. And you move with it. And every single aspect of society, and we'll see it with different questions we'll ask. They just tie down to most of the problems we have in society. Tie down to that. What will they say?
What will they actually say?
What will they... the number one rule I said to you, like, Juzi, when we were just chatting here. The number one rule we should all live with. As religious, non-religious, what was Scientology... It is anybody. I know it's a thing from the Bible, but I just think it's a general rule of life. Replace what would they think to love your neighbors, you love yourself. Bro. Like, even before you pass judgment, because I feel like sometimes you think negativity because you pass negativity.
On yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, also to other people.
Even to other, you go outside looking a certain way, and you're like, damn, umse labda nyangalia afikia certain things. Kwa akili yake, but because you do that to other people, you think. So it's just like, love your neighbors, you love yourself. Just do to other people what you want done to yourself. Do we do that? Nah, do we do that? Nah. See, I told you would cook. I don't know how many minutes ago that was, but I told you would cook.
For how long?
I told you would cook. Now, do you see what we have in store for you going forward?
As you can see, the thing is, we haven't even planned anything.
We don't.
But we have a lot that I think a lot of us will want. But I want to introduce something.
Introduce it, man.
From now on. Because if we are actually going to be in this particular journey with our fans, right? Maybe we're gonna end up every session, every episode with a question. And my question for you this week is: this is 2025. We have seen your guys' feedback, your comments. Hey, kuna wenye wamesema 25 imekuwa mbaya.
Yeah, kuna wamesema. Yeah, I saw that thing.
Tumeona, we've seen you guys in our DMs and everything. Or maybe one thing that we'd like you to hear from you guys is, what's that one thing, right, that you think you're struggling to grow with, or you're struggling to get out of, and you want to grow from it? Let us know in the comments. Obviously, this is what we're going to talk about for, I don't know, for the better part of the year.
Yeah, man. Till death do us part, man, at this point.
Yeah, bro. We got you.
Bro, I have another question for the fans. I'm still a big fan of ratchetry. It's still a part I'm growing out of. And I loved your word on the streets. So, do you guys want us to still have, even if it's at the end, where we still do word on the street?
Your stories iko.
Stories iko.
Kona hizo.
And as we wind up, bro, because you gotta just touch on a bit of it, man.
Pause.
You saw the thing I showed you the other day, bro.
Which thing, bro?
The thing I sent you on the gram.
Which one, bro?
About this thing called a cold plant. Nasia Ashton Hall.
I'm not talking about this.
Nasia Ashton Hall. I just want to say this to all the fans. They're kinks. And then the things that are just outright scary. They're just scary. So as we go, like we've given you so much wisdom, it's just right we corrupt you just 1%. On the interwebs, we encountered a TikTok, a reel, that was talking about a sexual kink where people take themselves to bathtubs, but the bathtubs are filled with ice water, like freezing cold ice water. They submerge themselves in the bathtubs, and they stay there until their temperature drops almost all the way to them going. And then they come out of that. After they come out of that, they go to their partner and get their partner to have a 3-course meal with them to lift back their body temperature.
Imagine. Dog.
We love you. See you on the next episode. Make sure you subscribe to the Local Monk content. Make sure you watch Walking the Streets with the boys. Make sure you respond to the questions, to the tags, and everything we ask. Don't forget about Butterface. Don't forget about what Mike asked you. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you hit the follow. Make sure you subscribe. And make sure you show some love.
And we are back.
See you on the next. Mwah.